What's going on, everyone? Armin Tamzarian here, creator and founder of Blockchain Bandicoots. Today's video is all about our Twitter Space AMA that we had with NFT Evening yesterday. If you didn't get a chance to listen, then this video is for you. Enjoy.
GM Degens, we're so happy that we can figure this out today. I don't know what's going on with Twitter Spaces lately, but I do know that a bunch of them are getting rugged, so it's fine. We can go ahead and get started. Welcome to NFT Evening and welcome to our project AMA. Today I'm going to have the honor of interviewing Blockchain Bandicoot and its co-founder Armin, founder actually, I should say. I'm really excited about this space because I was actually checking out your website a couple of minutes ago before this space, and I have a ton of questions that I would like to ask, and hopefully you can share more details about it. So before we get started, I would love it if Armin, you don't mind, you can introduce yourself, tell us a little bit about your NFT experience so far, and if you don't mind sharing how you got into the space and pretty much like how's it going so far, and you can go ahead and tell us. Go ahead.
Definitely, definitely. No, thank you so much for having me. This is awesome. Ever since I got into this space, NFT Evening is a place that I always went to try and find good NFT projects. All these NFT calendars, they're always so helpful finding, the latest NFT projects before it gets pumped up. So that's great. I got into Web3 and NFTs about a year and a half ago. And since then, I've just been addicted, just learning as much as I can about Web3, learning as much as I can about the blockchain. I had a roommate in university that was into Bitcoin, and I would always listen to him chat about it, and I never was entirely sold. And then, you fast forward a few years later when he tells me he bought Bitcoin for $60, and then his portfolio is almost at 1 million. And from there, it just kind of made me realize there is a lot to this. It's been around for a long time. It's not going anywhere. We've definitely um, gone down in the last few months. I would say ever since May of last year, we started tanking in the crypto space. But the world's in an interesting climate right now. That being said, I do think Web3 and NFTs are here to stay. There's so much you can do with them. There's so many applications which I feel like they go way farther than NFTs than just being cute profile pictures. I know I'm going on a little bit of rant. Sorry about that. So I got into NFTs about a year and a half ago. I started just kind of flipping Shiboshis when they first came out. So I made a little bit on that, and then I realized that I didn't really like flipping NFTs. I wanted to make just a solid NFT project. So I took a little bit from everything that I liked. So VeeFriends, World of Women, Shiboshis, Azuki, all these NFT projects that's come out. I like little things about them, and they kind of inspire me to just make the perfect product almost. So since I started about a year and a half ago, I made some money on it. I got into World of Women pretty early, and I was able to reap some of the benefits there. Then I decided to sell, and I took that money, and that's how I started funding my project Blockchain Bandicoots. From there, I always wanted to make a comic book, and it's kind of, as a kid, I'd always read comics, watch anime, and Blockchain Bandicoots is a way that I could create a world that everybody can enjoy, and as well as I can let my imagination run loose. So I know that's a lot just for my intro, but that's pretty much the gist of it. Got into NFTs about a year and a half ago. I was addicted. First time experiencing crypto was in university about 10 years ago. So that is my intro there. And once again, my name is Armin. I'm the creator and founder of Blockchain Bandicoots. I have been working on this project since December of 2021. So we're about hitting our 1 year anniversary now.
Yeah, no, awesome. Thank you so much for that long intro. I mean, it's okay if it's long, and actually I love those intros, especially because you spoke about World of Women and you were also sharing what you said about your friend and how he got started with Bitcoin. I feel like many of us in the space, including me personally, also got into it a bit late. I was also not a huge believer of Bitcoin at the very beginning, kind of like what you said. And then 5 years later, my friend is like laughing at me, and I'm just like, great. Now I'm gonna have to get into this no matter what. So yeah, thank you so much for sharing that experience. It's just amazing that you took that point of view, and now you're like, I just don't feel like being a flipper. I want to be a creator in the space, and I definitely think that that's where the future of NFTs are. So with that being said, I guess we can go ahead and jump into a couple of the questions that talk about the project. So my first question is going to be, what inspired you to create Blockchain Bandicoot? And maybe you could tell us a little bit more about, like your personal background, because obviously this is more than just a PFP project or like a collectible project. It's definitely a whole concept. So if you don't mind sharing some details about that and also telling us about the team.
Definitely. So my entire life, I've always liked anime. I've always liked comic books. I've always liked immersing myself into an action adventure. So watching movies is one of my favorite pastimes. Watching anime. I grew up with Dragon Ball Z, so obviously that's one of the staples in my life. It like helped me grow up as a person, and like seeing Gohan go through all his struggles and then becoming this like awesome fighter. Also, shout out to the latest movie with Gohan's progression there. No spoilers. But yeah, with Blockchain Bandicoots, my main goal here was to create a story that could eventually become a full-fledged anime. So it started off with me drawing the comic book in a very rough style. I put on some anime music on YouTube and I just started drawing. The story has changed about 9,000 times since, but ever since I got that first chapter down, I have a really solid direction of where I want everything to go. I know how the story ends, and nobody else knows. So that's pretty cool. Like even my family and friends don't know how the story ends, and it, there's so much world to explore with Blockchain Bandicoots. So for anyone who hasn't read my comic book and don't know the story yet, I'll just give you a lowdown of what Blockchain Bandicoot is. So in my world, the blockchain world is known as Barokuchen. So Barokuchen is the blockchain world, and what we have there are guardians. Bandicoot guardians are the protectors of the blockchain world Barokuchen. An evil mastermind named Corruption has come into Barokuchen and started infecting the blockchain, corrupting the guardian bandicoots all across the world. Kobe is our main bandicoot. Kobe Bryant, obviously, R.I.P. He's one of my idols. My entire life, I've always looked up to Kobe. I wanted to name our main Bandicoot after Kobe Bryant. So on Kobe's first day of Guardian training, he gets attacked by a corrupted Bandicoot. To his surprise, he's saved by two blockchain developers from the real world, Devon and Kari. So Devon and Kari are advanced blockchain developers. What happens is they're in their class and they just end up getting sucked into the blockchain world. Kobe's just about to get destroyed by this corrupted Bandicoot, but then Devon and Kari save him. So the three are talking. They're trying to figure out what happened. Devon and Kari don't know what just happened. Kobe is scared because he almost got destroyed. And then they all get attacked by a horde of corrupted bandicoots. So a large group of them come and they want to destroy all of them. So thinking quickly, Devon, he copies Kobe's code and creates this Ninja Turtle-like group of bandicoots to protect them. So this glitch in the blockchain is what created the 5,000 blockchain bandicoots. So this story alone has its own background where Devon and Kari, they can code into the blockchain and create these bandicoots to protect them, and they're badass. I'm so pumped for you guys to watch our motion comic and read our comic book, because a lot of thought went into making these main bandicoots. Right off the top, there's Lee. He's our leader bandicoot, super badass. Kato, Elias, Blocky, and Rocky, and they are just hilarious. So I'll make sure to post a link to our comic book, so you can watch that. if you don't want to read our comic book, what we've done is we've actually created a motion comic, and it's over 5.5 minutes long, and we've got somebody to score the music for it. So it's professionally scored, and it's so exhilarating to watch. It's so cool to see my story come to life from just being sketches on a scrap piece of paper to eventually becoming a comic book, and then fully colored comic, and then now it's a motion comic. So there has been such a long journey to get to the point where we are now. And also, what's just finished is our anime trailer. I know I'm getting way ahead of myself. I don't even remember the first question. I'm just so pumped to talk about my project. So we have an anime trailer. It is out on YouTube. You guys definitely have to check that out, or you can just click into my profile and see how far we've come with Blockchain Bandicoots. So, from my memory, I know you asked about our team. So our team mainly consists of myself, our comic book artist. We have a freelance animation artist. We're working with marketing agencies such as Coinbound. We've worked with yourself, NFT Evening, NFT Calendar, .io, NFT Drops. We've also got lots of articles out there on Google to improve our SEO. So now when you type in Blockchain Bandicoots, we're pretty much taking over the Google space, which is awesome. And this doesn't happen overnight. As you guys know, it's the content you put out, it's getting your name out there and making sure that it's quality content, to letting people know that you're here to stay, is one of the most important things when it comes to creating a good project and just a good story in general. So over the last 12 months, we've slowly been building our community. It's not huge right now, but it's authentic. And the people that are in our Discord and the people that are in our Twitter, they are loyal fans. They know the names of our Bandicoots. They know the storyline. They're curious as to what's going to happen. And it's just like the best feeling ever when I can actually have a conversation with somebody and they're asking me what's going to happen in the next chapter. Where's this going to go? And it's very exciting. Uh, did I answer your question there?
Absolutely, Arvin. Yeah. I was actually just doing like a Google search for you to check that SEO and you guys, and it seems like you have definitely taken over. So congrats on that. Great job. And I also love the fact that you said that this doesn't happen overnight. It just takes some time, which is, in my opinion, like a huge statement to make nowadays in this space, because many founders back in the day, I guess, like they could launch a project kind of easily, I would say, and maybe it would just take some time for them to, uh, take off and take their process to the moon. So I think it's great that you are mentioning that, it does take a lot of work, it does take a lot of dedication, and I do hope our listeners and our followers can see that. I'm sure they will. Um, Moving on to another one of the questions, I was also wondering, you pretty much outlined, the current progress of the project right now. But I was also wondering, like, could you give us a little bit more about like the project roadmap and where you currently are right now? I know that you guys are about to do your mint and you're about to, launch everything officially, obviously after the mint and before that. So could you tell us like pretty much what's the current stage that you're at and where we're going to go from there?
Yeah, definitely. So for our roadmap, the way I've laid it out is very strategically. I know some projects lay out a roadmap saying we're going to get to this point, create a social media, get to this point, and then release some art. But I've done everything in the first 12 months. This project is ready to go from start to finish. What I've done is made sure everything is good on the back end when it comes to how people are going to redeem their NFTs for physical goods. So everything is taken care of on the back end with that. Um, when it comes to the progression of the roadmap, the way that I've laid it out, first we're going to mint the 600 pre-sale, and once we've done that, we move on to the public mint of the remaining. It'll be 4,300, and then we have 100 NFTs that we're giving away and giving to our partners. What I've done in my project is separate it into I would say 3 or 4 different things. We have our main project, which is Blockchain Bandicoot. That's the NFT you see in my profile picture. They're cute bandicoots. They have sick traits. Um, and what is unique about them is they have an element symbol on the top left of every single NFT. So think Pokemon and the different elements when it comes water, fire, grass. We have something similar. We have water, wind, fire, grass, and ether. What this does is make every single NFT like a playing card. When I grew up, and I'm still growing up, obviously, I'll never finish being a kid. I'm just a big kid. I love playing poker. I love playing Texas Hold'em. I love cards. I love everything competitive. So our NFTs have these symbols: water, fire, ether, water, and wind. By having these symbols on our NFTs, we can actually create competitive games and make it a collectible game. So what we're doing is we're hosting a 36-month $10,000 giveaway, and it's a match game. So if we put out a clue that says hold 3 fire bandicoot and 2 water bandicoot, the first person to collect that set will win $10,000. But it's not that easy. What happens is each month we're going to hide a clue in a 3D world. The 3D world's been created right now to show an example. If you go on my website, you go into it and you can search around for a clue. These clues hint to what you should hold in your wallet that month. So there'll be different clues every single month. 36 months of $10,000 prizes, 36 clues. So once I post that clue on Twitter, everyone is going to race and try and find that clue. They're going to go into this 3D world, try and find what exactly it is. Boom, the clue will show up saying you have to hold 3 fire and 2 water bandicoots, and then people will race to OpenSea and try and trade and collect that perfect set. Only the first person that's collected that perfect set for that specific month will win $10,000. And the way that they will verify that is by posting on my Twitter saying that they have the set, and I will be timestamping when that tweet was, as well as looking at their wallet to see exactly when they held it in their crypto wallets. So this is something unique that I don't see any other projects doing. It's 36 months of $10,000 straight. So that's 360K right there for giveaways. It creates this game that is super competitive, super fun. You get immersed into the 3D world when you're looking on the walls, seeing my posters, seeing NFTs, and trying to look in every nook and cranny to get that clue. It makes it super fun for everybody. And this is just one aspect of our project. So, that being said, once the 36-month 10K element challenges are done, there will be monthly element challenges forever. Our prizes won't be 10K prizes anymore after 36 months, but they could be signed comic books, posters, a t-shirt, maybe a hat, a keychain. And I've listed this out in our roadmap that we'll be hosting these prizes forever as long as commissions from OpenSea will allow it. So as long as people keep trading Blockchain Bandicoot, there will be an element challenge every single month for the rest of its existence. I find that that is very unique as well. So that is a huge, huge staple in Blockchain Bandicoot and what it is. It's not just the NFT project. It is also that competitive game that people can go and collect and search and find. And it's not always going to be the collectible that you have to collect 5. Sometimes it'll be okay. Collect two, 2 water, 1 ether, or 3 grass. Just 3 grass. It's not always going to be collect 5. But the reason why I started that for 36 months is I love Texas Hold'em. I love poker. And as you know, in poker, you can only have 5 cards at a time. So with our monthly element challenges, you can only hold 5 bandicoots at a time per wallet. So that being said, there is the monthly element challenges, and then there is also our items NFT. So our items, Blockchain Bandicoot items, are utility. This is further utility where people will get their posters, limited edition clothing, canvases, and there's tons of items that people can get. There's also free crypto prizes that, depending on the item you get, is what you will receive. So what motivated me to do that is Mario Party back in the day. I don't know if any of you guys played Mario Party, but when you are playing the game, you get these items. And depending on whichever item you get, you can, like, let's say you get a mushroom, you can hit the dice block 2 times. So for this, for example, if you get Kari's laptop item, then you get free crypto prize, and you'll get $500 per year for 3 years in a row. Another example is the poster posse item. If you get the poster posse item, then you'll get one of our limited edition posters. So that makes it very exciting for people. Everyone who mints a Blockchain Bandicoot NFT will be airdropped a Blockchain Bandicoot item NFT. And if you don't like the item that you get, you could always sell it on OpenSea. So before I get too far, is there any questions about those two things before I move on? Sorry, I know I'm hogging the mic here.
No, that's okay. That's okay. I mean, I think it's great that you're excited about your project. If you don't mind, like maybe I'll ask you a couple more questions that are a bit more specific about the current situation. Then you can tell us a little bit more. Is that okay?
Yes, definitely.
Okay, awesome. Um, you pretty much told us like what inspired you to create Blockchain Bandicoot. Another question that I have, because this is like one of the first things that I saw on your website and definitely grabbed my attention, was the fact that you're creating a comic book and a whole story around it. So um, my question is going to be, if I have a Blockchain Bandicoot NFT, will I be able to get a physical copy of the comic book?
Yes, definitely. So that was one of our main goals for our project, is to make sure that we get a comic book in everybody's hands. So whoever mints a Blockchain Bandicoot NFT, we've been working with our partner over at Perks. What they do is they do NFT gating, basically. So you can log into our website, which is, it's not posted yet for anyone to see, but we've created a secondary website where people can log in with their MetaMask wallet and redeem their NFT. Once you redeem your NFT, you can securely put in your address, and that way everyone will be getting a comic book. So if you hold the Blockchain Bandicoot NFT, you will be getting a comic book for free.
Amazing. Yeah, that sounds great. And would you classify the comic book, or like the art in this case, as an anime? Like, is it correct to say that Blockchain Bandicoot is an anime?
Definitely. The art style is kind of a mix between North American artwork and animation and anime and Japanese anime. I definitely, in my mind, when I was creating it, was towards the Japanese anime art style, and that is pretty much what we're going for. However, to appeal to the masses, we decided to make it like a traditional North American comic where you read it from left to right versus reading it like a manga when you read it from right to left.
Love that. Yeah. Actually, I didn't know that about the, manga and everything. So thank you for teaching me that. Absolutely. And I did notice that at the beginning, like if I look at the human characters, it does look like an anime, but then once you start looking at the other characters, then they do look more like Pokemon and that kind of super powerful creature that you were talking about. Um, what are Blockchain Bandicoot items?
So I touched on that a little bit. So blockchain Bandicoot items are what bring further utility for our project. So if you go to our website, blockchainbandicoots.com, and click the items tab, I have a breakdown of what each of the items are. So if you have a blockchain Bandicoot NFT, you'll be airdropped a blockchain Bandicoot items NFT. And that is a supporting collection of 5,000 NFTs on the Polygon blockchain. So in people will get these at random. There's multiple items and different amounts for each item, and they each do something different. So like I was mentioning with the Mario Party items, depending on what you get, you're either going to get free crypto prizes for 3 years, retro electronics, kind of like a gift box. We call that Kobe's keepsakes. Poster posse item is 800 posters. Stride with swagger is 200 clothing items. So that's um, a custom blockchain Bandicoot clothing. We have 2,500 Kari's canvas items. What these are your specific Bandicoot NFT on an 8x8 canvas. So I actually did this when I got a Shiboshi. I got a canvas of my NFT and I put it on my wall. That is kind of what inspired me to create these Kari's canvas items. Because when you hold an NFT, it's also nice to see um, your NFTs on the wall. So I think people really like Kari's canvas. The next one is virus corruption. This is a very, very unique item. What it is if you redeem your virus corruption item, you get your specific NFT in a comic book style artwork getting taken over by corruption. So whatever NFT you have, let's say you have NFT blockchain Bandicoot 536, okay? You will get your specific Bandicoot getting taken over by our villain corruption. Next is corrupted Bandicoots. There's 875 of those. Every holder that gets this will get a free corrupted Bandicoot NFT. So corrupted Bandicoots will come out during phase 6 of our roadmap, I believe. And what that is that's our second collection. It's 10,000 Bandicoots in comic book style artwork. But if you have this corrupted Bandicoot item, you get an additional corrupted Bandicoot for free. And before I forget, also everyone who holds a blockchain Bandicoot NFT at the cutoff deadline will get a corrupted Bandicoot NFT. So when you buy blockchain Bandicoot, you're also getting your item, which is the utility, the free gifts. You're getting a corrupted Bandicoot during phase 6 of the roadmap. So you're getting another free NFT, and you're getting involved in the monthly element challenges, as well as getting your comic book. There's just so much that you're getting just by minting one NFT. Moving forward, there's only a couple items left here. Vox Converter. This one is very, very special. So holders of this item, if you redeem your Vox Converter item, you'll be able to convert your NFT into a voxel style Bandicoot. So what that is you'll receive a Blender file of your NFT in 3D format. So you'll be able to spin your Bandicoot 360. You'll get a 3D rotational video of your box Bandicoot. And down the line, when we are further into the metaverse for next steps, you can use this Vox Bandicoot as your avatar in the metaverse because we've that Blender file and made that full 3D feature to it. And the last two that I brushed over were Devon's code. If you hold this item, you will get $1,000 worth of ETH into your wallet once per year for 3 years. And then if you hold Kari's laptop item, you'll receive $500 worth of ETH in your wallet once a year for 3 years total. So that is the gist of what Blockchain Bandicoot items are.
Thank you, Armin, so much for that intro to the items. I'm wondering if you could get one of those items, which one would you really want to get? I mean, obviously you can get anyone that you want, but if you were someone who was collecting the NFT, which item would you like to get?
So originally my first thoughts are you definitely want the free money. Like the free crypto prize would be sweet. Over 3 years, it's $3,000 worth of ETH into your wallet. But I am a collectible kind of guy. I like collecting Pokemon cards. Not anymore, but I used to collect tons of Pokemon cards. And for me, the posters, there's only 800 posters and there's 4 variants. So for me, I would want to get all 4 posters. And it's kind of like you're opening up a booster pack of cards and you want to make sure that you get the full set. For this, you won't know which poster you get. So I'd be trying to get blockchain Bandicoot items and try and get all 4 variants of the poster. And there's another thing. I bet you there's going to be people who they buy their one blockchain Bandicoot NFT, they get their item, and then they just decide to buy items instead. And that's totally cool too, because our blockchain Bandicoot items stand up in its own. It doesn't need our main project. This is also a very, very cool project on its own. So to confirm your question, I think I'd go for the posters.
Love that. Yeah, I'm definitely a collector myself, so I wouldn't mind having all the posters as well. Um, Although I guess I'm not big on like having a bunch of posters on my walls. I guess I still haven't entered that stage of, collectibles, but I was also collecting Pokemon cards previously. And yeah, I love the whole concept that you're building about around it. Um, Now that you've talked about items, I guess I also want to ask you about element challenges. Like maybe you could tell us a little bit more about Blockchain Bandicoot element challenges.
Definitely. I touched on that at the beginning when I was going on my 25-minute rant. I apologize. So, in a nutshell, also with everything that we're talking about, if you guys go to blockchainbandicoots.com, I've made videos for every single topic we're talking about, whether it be the blockchain Bandicoot items or it be the blockchain Bandicoot element challenges. And what this does is it makes it easy for people to understand my project because it's not a complicated project, but there's so many aspects to it that I can't really describe it in one word. It's just such a good time for everybody. So what the element challenges are, it's that poker like game that happens monthly. It's got every Bandicoot has their element symbol on the top left of the NFT. So this makes it like a very unique experience for NFTs. The only other project that I've seen do something similar to this is Gary V's book games with the frames, whereas the frames have different qualities. So this is very similar. However, ours are water, fire, wind, grass, and ether. So every month we're going to list out a clue. Whoever gets that clue will see okay, they need to hold 2 water and 3 fire in their wallet. Once the first person collects that set, then they can win $10,000. And what we're going to do is do 36 months straight of $10,000 giveaways. And this is our huge staple of what makes our project very unique. Once we release that clue, it's going to be in a 3D world. So everyone's going to race to get this clue. I tweet out the link to our 3D world, and people will be in there looking through every nook and cranny to try and find exactly where this clue is. Once they found it, they'll race and try and trade on it to collect the perfect set. Because you can hold up to 5 Blockchain Bandicoot NFTs in your wallet. However, you're not going to hold that perfect set every time. If I say we need 3 fire, 2 wind, you could possibly have, a variation. You could have 3 grass, 2 ether, 1 wind, 4 water. So it makes it competitive. It makes it fun for everybody. It's a monthly trading game where you're trying to match the perfect set.
Amazing. Well, I guess now that you've said that about the $10,000, it leads me to the next question. Are you really giving away $1 million?
Yes. So the laid out my roadmap, I've only been able to do the $1 million giveaways on phase 5 of the roadmap. So once we get to phase 5, that means we're fully minted out. We didn't drop our mint price because we want to give away a huge amount of things to people. We want people to get their comic book. We want people to get more chapters of the motion comic. We want to give away all these posters, all this crypto prizes. And yes, we are in a bear market, but the way I look at it is our mint price is zero point 0.2 ETH for our public mint. If you join our pre-sale list, it is 0.1 ETH. And the way that I look at it is if it's a bear market now, the price of ETH is lower. So you're kind of almost getting a deal on a Blockchain Bandicoot NFT because it is lower. But to answer your question, we are 100% giving away $1 million in giveaways. That's through our monthly element challenges. Right there, there's 360K right there. Then you got to remember, we have 5,000 NFTs, and everybody who gets a Blockchain Bandicoot will also get a Blockchain Bandicoot items NFT. So that means 5,000 gifts for everybody, not GIFs, GIFTs. So everybody gets a gift with that Blockchain Bandicoot NFT. On top of that, we also have our comic books. So between our Blockchain Bandicoot comic books, between our free crypto prizes, free NFTs, between our Blockchain Bandicoot items, it's over $1 million in giveaways.
Great. Wow. It's definitely a bunch of gifts, like you just said, with an S at the very end for everyone. And now that you talked about the current market conditions that we're all in, I was wondering if, well, first of all, have the current market conditions affected your project launch? And what are you doing to avoid creating unfavorable market conditions? Like, for example, instant flippers. I know that you did some NFT flipping in the past. So what is something that, in your opinion, you are doing, and possibly you could give us some advice for future NFT projects that they could do in order to avoid creating unfavorable market conditions?
Definitely. I'll break down that question into two portions. So, our second portion will be unfavorable market conditions, and the first one being, has the market affected us so far? So, obviously, it has put a strain in our progression, but we pretty much predominantly we've been building in this bear market so far. We started December of 2021, so things were a lot better then, and our margins for just costs for everything was a lot better when we thought ETH was worth $4,000 versus what it is now. But that being said, we are still able to move forward with the project as long as we don't lower our mint price. And I've had this discussion with multiple marketers and multiple partners of ours about our mint price, because we are a higher mint price of 0.2 ETH. But that being said, as long as we don't change our mint price, we will be able to promise all of this for everybody. We're not going to be changing our mint price, but the bear market has definitely affected us, just like it's affected everybody. But one thing that I always strive on is, Gary V. I went to VCon this year, and Gary V's he's very motivational, and I gave him one of my comic books. Actually, he said he's going to take a look at it, and that's very exciting for us as the community. I got a picture with him. I got a video of me handing him the comic book, so that's very cool. He's actually liked our tweets before, so that was exciting in its own. But what Gary V has just really instilled in me is that if you build during a bear market and you build value, it doesn't matter whether it's a bear market or a bull market. A good product is a good product, and that's what I feel that we've built over the last 12 months, and this is a good product. I truly feel that this will be a staple in the NFT space moving forward. The reason why I say that, we've got so much utility, like an insane amount. The physical comic book, the motion comic, the Blockchain Bandicoot items, the free NFTs, the free gifts, the comic books, the clothing, the games, the monthly element challenges, the way that we do that, and the way that we have our NFT redemption on the website. So you log in with your MetaMask wallet, you redeem your website, then we're going to have a NFT checker to see if that specific NFT has been redeemed. These are all staple elements to what I think other projects will implement in the future, because let's face it, the days of the cute NFT profile picture projects are over. The only ones that are going to last are 1% of these projects that actually bring utility, that actually are interesting, that will be around for the long haul. We've already said we're going to be here minimum 3 years, and I plan to build Blockchain Bandicoot for the rest of my life. This really is my child. This is going to be as big as it can be, and I can't do it without you guys. So to answer your question, the NFT bear market has affected us, but at the same time, it hasn't affected us because we have something great and we're just going to keep pushing forward and build something that no one else can match. This is going to be a blue chip NFT, and it's going to be something that is remembered with VFriends and World of Women and this kind of NFT project. I really, really feel that people are going to look back and be like, hey, how did Blockchain Bandicoot get those comic books to people? How did they make sure that when people redeemed their NFT that there was an NFT checker to make sure that people aren't buying NFTs that have already been redeemed? People are going to look back, and eventually this will be a staple. I truly feel that our project will be a staple. Now, for your second question, unfavorable market conditions. Sorry, that was our first question. What was your second question again?
No, I think you pretty much answered both of them. But I guess like part of the second question was, what are you doing to avoid creating unfavorable market conditions?
Okay, yes, definitely. So it's important that creators like myself try not to screw over everybody, and this is never one of our plans, is to screw over anybody that's going to be in our project. So what we've done to ensure trust in our community is we're doxed, we're fully KYC'd with Assure DeFi. We actually have an AMA with Assure DeFi tomorrow, and what that means, as you all probably know, but for anybody else out there, what that means is my identity is revealed to this company, and if there's any signs of rug pull or I disappear after the mint, you guys can go to this company and they will provide you with my real identity. And that protects the investors. And I decided to invest my own funds into making sure that I have that trust within the community and let everybody know that if you're going to mint a blockchain Bandicoot, yeah, the owner and the creator of it, we can find out who he is if need be. And then that verification company, Assure DeFi, they describe themselves as the gold standard in KYC. So it's very, very important, to know who the founders are of these projects. It's very important to see a face to a person, and it comes back to Gary Vee again. I see him posting videos all the time. This guy is a busy dude, and he's got like 6 companies, but he's still posting his face, contacting people in the community, letting people know that he's there and he's not going anywhere. And I'm not going anywhere. You see my face. I've posted the YouTube videos. I'm my identity is known with Assure DeFi. I will not screw anybody over. And the reason why I feel that people will see that is they see my enthusiasm towards the project. They see how much I put into it. This entire project has been funded by myself. And yeah, like you said, I was flipping NFTs when I first started, and it was fun towards the beginning. But for me, I wanted something of value where you don't want to get rid of it. And what blockchain bandicoots are is once you have that NFT, you don't want to get rid of it because there's so much coming with our project that we haven't even released yet. But already up front, we've let you guys know how much a blockchain bandicoot NFT is worth, and it's worth so much more than just your zero point 0.2 ETH that you're getting. It's worth the blockchain bandicoot items, the element challenges, the community that we're building, the comic books, the full anime, the motion comic. There's so much involved that we're just not going anywhere. And regardless of the market condition, we will not go anywhere.
Awesome. I really like your answer, Armin, especially because, you've been 100% honest since the very beginning. You told us about your experience, how you got into the space, some things that you were doing at the very beginning that were obviously fun. And I'm sure that this is something that other founders also consider fun. So I think it's great that you're, 100% doxed and telling us everything about your project and you personally and how much you've actually invested in the project. So thank you for that. We really appreciate it. And, I'm sure the NFT community loves hearing about founders just like yourself. What would be a scenario that you would consider successful 12 months from now for Blockchain Bandicoots?
Okay, definitely. A successful scenario would be once we've minted out, getting all of our Blockchain Bandicoot items out to people. That's going to be a very large take on for us. But we do have a team of 9 people. I have a very close group of friends and family that are kind of like my cheerleaders, which is awesome because they've listened to me talk every single day for the last year. And yeah, I've told them 9,000 times about what my project's about, but they're troopers and they keep listening to me talk. Um, so what's successful to me is, we're able to get all those items out without a hitch. And this is not going to take 12 months. As soon as we're done, as soon as we've minted out, we're starting with the items. We've already got the companies in place. We've already got the comic book company, the poster company, the clothing company. It's all set in play. But the main portion is, shipping these items out, making sure that there is a seamless transition for those people that do live not in North America or the UK or any places that are just harder to get mail to making sure that everyone is getting what they are promised. So that is success to me, making sure that everybody's getting what they're promised. Um, Making sure that everybody enjoys the comic book chapters because we have multiple chapters coming out. We're currently on chapter 2. We're about halfway through chapter 2. It's very exciting. I'm currently deciding whether to implement something super crazy or not. I don't want to say it, but the story's just incredible. So success in 12 months for me would be we've launched, we've minted out, we've got items to everybody. Everyone's got their items. Our corrupted Bandicoots have launched, so everybody's got their free corrupted Bandicoot. And we're just on our way with our monthly element challenges. At that time, we'll have been 12 months into our monthly element challenge. So just as many people playing the game as possible. In our eyes, success is that you guys are enjoying our project, enjoying it through our comic book, through our motion comic, through our monthly element challenges. So if we have a large community of everyone enjoying our project in 12 months, that is a success to us in every possible way.
Awesome. Yeah, I definitely love that. And now that I've asked you this question, I'm going to have to ask you a tougher question, I would say, because here at NFT Evening, we just have to do this. And I'm sure that some of our listeners really want it. What would happen if you had an unsuccessful launch for Mint? What would you do about it? And what would your position be with regards to the project and to those that actually minted your project and hold your NFT?
Yeah, of course. So when you say unsuccessful mint, if you mean not minting out within the first 6 hours or first 12 hours, then we're okay with that because we understand it's a bear market, but we're not going anywhere. We're going to keep on contacting people, building the community. And I've already told all my friends and family, and they know, and they're helping me. They actually have their own profiles, and they're contacting people one by one on Twitter, one by one. And we've already had this discussion. If I don't mint out within the first 6 hours or the first 12 hours, it doesn't make our project value any less because we're still promising absolutely everything that's on our roadmap. That is not going to change, whether we mint out in 12 hours or we mint out in 12 months. We're going to continue going until every NFT is minted. We're going to continue going until our community is um, what I believe it can be, like in a large portion. Our community right now is incredible. Like the fans we have is what drives me. When I see people posting on Twitter about my project and I didn't ask them to post about it, that is everything to me. It brings chills to my arms. I see people are excited about the storyline. So when you say unsuccessful mint, if you mean without minting in 12 hours, like minting out in 12 hours, we are totally fine with that because we're not going to stop until it is minted out. I'm not going anywhere. I've built this for 12 months and I will be continuing to build on this and not stopping until it is minted out. We're not going anywhere. We're here for the long haul.
Awesome. Love that answer, Armin. Yeah, absolutely. I think that's the best answer that any founder can give us. The other day I was listening to a founder and he was like, well, if this doesn't really work, I'll probably just give up. And it's like, okay, huge red flag
Oh,
right there.
that's amazing.
Yeah, but I mean, I guess I was like fine with it because I was like, well, at least you're being honest, like it's 100% risk, no roadmap, whatever.
Yeah, I
Um,
mean that is honesty is great there, but
yeah,
with what we've built here, there's no way I'm giving up. There is
yeah,
no way. I've put so much into this. Um, like my own funds have. I just everything I've gone into this. I've been staying up late, working early, making sure that the comic book is perfect. Like everything. I'm not ever giving up on Blockchain Bandicoot. Like I said, this is my life's work here.
love it. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I can definitely see that. And I've been going through the website this whole time. It looks amazing. I love how, you've pretty much taken care of every single detail. Um, the your YouTube videos and your trailers and I was reading chapter one, and as soon as I was done with chapter one, I was like, well, what the heck? I still need more, right? So I think
Yes.
that's a great grabber since the very beginning. For those of us that are listening, I strongly recommend it. You just go to blockchainbandicoots.com and then you go to the tab that says comic book and motion comic. You can see it right there, chapter one. Really interesting, really fun. It's really creative. Like I love it. Um, we're almost, pretty much coming to the end of the space because it's almost going to be 1 hour. Um, I since there are so many elements about your project that you've talked about today, I'm wondering if there is uh, one favorite thing that you have about your project. Like, what is the one thing that you look at and you're like, I love it. This motivates me to keep on going. And you know, do you have like something like that? Because in my opinion, it's really important to have that when it comes to NFT projects. This is what motivates founders and future collectors might also be attracted to this. So go ahead.
Definitely, definitely. Like you said, there is an insane amount of things involved in my project. If there's going to be one thing that we're sticking to, I would say it would be the adventure and the storyline for Blockchain Bandicoots. Because yes, it's an NFT project. Yes, there's some very, very unique things that my project brings. However, it is so much deeper than that. When it comes to the storyline of Blockchain Bandicoot, when it comes to like an eventual full-fledged anime, that is something that I just can't let go of. I've always wanted to create a universe. I've always wanted to create a story where people can follow and create characters with depth to them. And that is the one thing that keeps me going when it comes to Blockchain Bandicoots, because it is not just a profile picture, it is an entire universe.
Amazing. Um, what are this is just a question that I have, and I also noticed that you shared this question with me, and I'm really curious. What are corrupted bandicoots? Because I was trying to figure that out in the storyline.
Definitely. So, as you see in our comic, corruption, he's going around the blockchain world and he's infecting these guardian bandicoots. So, they're basically corrupted, zombie like bandicoots. And if you get attacked by them, you become corrupted. And that's virus. That's what corruption's doing all around Barokuchen. So, corrupted bandicoots will be our second collection of NFTs that will be 10,000 corrupted bandicoots. And what it is um, it's comic book style artwork, and there's 10,000 NFTs. And what it is bandicoots in a corrupted comic book style. So it's very, very cool. It's kind of like your NFT that you have right now, but it's instead of pixel style art, you have that comic book style artwork. It's very, very cool. We're very excited for this. Everyone who mints a blockchain Bandicoot and holds it at a specific time in the roadmap will get a corrupted Bandicoot NFT. So think of a corrupted Bandicoot as the mutant ape. So you have your Bored Ape Yacht Club, and then you've got your mutant ape yacht club. Think of the corrupted Bandicoot like that.
Got it. Got it. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. Um, Another question that I really want to ask, and it's, it's fine, we have time, and I really want to ask you, like, why Bandicoot? Like, how did you come up with this story, and why did you end up choosing a Bandicoot as your main character and also as the name of your project? Like, why a marsupial omnivore? And yeah.
That's amazing. Oh, I love that. Why a marsupial? Oh, great question. Great question. So when I was flipping NFTs like a year and a half ago ish, I was thinking, okay, there is so many projects out here that are just surviving on a name itself. Like, not to like throw any projects under the bus or anything, but for example, like I don't know, like dog or yeah, like Dogecoin dog or something. Not that that's an actual project, I don't think, but I wanted a name that rang, um, like kind of had like a really good sound to it. So I went through a lot of names, and then Blockchain Bandicoot. I just said it one day, and it was like, oh my god, Blockchain Bandicoot. So I looked on OpenSea to see if there's anything related. Nothing related towards Blockchain Bandicoot. I saw that it's an untapped market for NFTs. Bandicoots, they're an actual animal and they're cute, and like, why not? And Blockchain Bandicoot, it just rings. Like, some projects can go very far just on a good name itself. So blockchain bandicoots is like, it's going to be a staple in this game. I'm telling you guys, like 2 years later, like, oh yeah, CryptoPunks, Bored Ape Yacht Club, blockchain bandicoots. It just sounds perfect. It sounds like it fits in. It sounds right. So yeah, bandicoots. They're super cute, cute profile pictures, and the storyline is just, it's insane to have this whole world of uh, bandicoots that are protecting the blockchain world. I just think it's super cute and super fun, and there's so much action adventure that can be packed into this world, you know?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I totally get it. And it does make sense, like what you said, Bored Apes, Blockchain Bandicoots. I can definitely hear that coming in 2 years. Awesome. One of the last questions I would like to ask, and I'm sure I've kind of like asked you previously, but maybe, for other listeners that have recently joined the space, and for the ones that will listen to it in the future, um, how would you convince NFT collectors that are seeking instant gratification? Because I'm sure that this is currently like the biggest trend right now in the NFT space. Most of the spaces that I host, or most of the spaces that I join, people are immediately like, well, what are you going to give me? And, you know, how long is it going to take for me to start getting any kind of utility from this? And I don't know, it's just insane. So how would you convince NFT collectors who are seeking instant gratification that your project is a long-term financial payoff?
That's a great question, and it's funny. These questions come at me, and it's like I've honestly thought about every single question you've asked in great detail for the last 12 months. There's pretty much no question that can come at me without that I've put like great thought into. So for those looking to make a quick buck on Blockchain Bandicoot, as soon as they get their NFT, they're going to get a physical comic book. So right away, you have the real world utility with it. And then on top of that, you get a Blockchain Bandicoot items NFT. So this is a second collection, as I mentioned before. And this second collection of Blockchain Bandicoot items have their own value to them. You guys will be getting them for free by minting a Blockchain Bandicoot, but you can sell a Blockchain Bandicoot item if you don't want to use it. So let's say you get a poster posse item and you say, you know what, I don't really like posters. You can instantly sell that poster posse item. And I don't know what the floor price is going to be for Blockchain Bandicoot items because I'm just dishing them out to all you guys. This will be up to you guys, right? Some will be more than others. I can't foresee anybody selling their Devon's code item or Kari's laptop because that's literally free money. But for people that don't want their canvas or don't want a poster, it's so easy. They can get their item and then boom, sell it, and then they can also sell their Bandicoot in the future if they wanted to after they redeem their comic book. Or there's just so much that you get by having a Blockchain Bandicoot NFT that if you want to make a quick buck, you can. I would say selling the items would be your quickest bet, especially if you get on the pre-sale list, which is you're getting your Bandicoot for half price. So not that I'm promoting this, but if you want to make a quick buck on Blockchain Bandicoot, definitely join that pre-sale list and then sell your item. but but no, everybody knows that this project is long term, and yeah, that's my answer.
Awesome. Awesome. Got it, Armin. Love it. Well, I'm pretty much done here. You've, like you said, you've seriously prepared every single question that I had, and I really loved every single one of your answers. It seems like you really thought about it. You're really dedicated, and you're really into your project. So I love that about project founders. I definitely will look forward to minting a Bandicoot in the future, a marsupial, like I said. I can't wait for one of those. And I don't know if there's anything that you would like to add at the very end, or make one last statement so that anybody who listens to the space in the future can, I don't know, come up
Definitely.
with a last statement. Go ahead.
Yeah, definitely. My words of wisdom here. So all I can say is one of the main statements that I want to stick by is regardless if it's a bear market, regardless if it's a bull market, blockchain bandicoots are here to stay. We have an insane amount of value we're bringing, and this is going to be a staple in the NFT game in years to come. People will look back, people will listen to this AMA and say, wow, this was an incredible project, and those who jump in on it early, it's very, very exciting opportunity for people. And this is my project, this is my life work right here. Blockchain bandicoots, they're coming in hot. Thank you guys so much for listening to us. I really appreciate everybody who stayed in the space this whole time. That is amazing. I'm not sure if you guys want to open it up to questions. I'm not sure how much time we have.
Yeah, absolutely. We can go ahead and open up to questions. I guess like we would have to wait for someone to raise their hand. Otherwise, you guys can go ahead and DM Blockchain Bandicoot, go into his profile, or you can shoot him an email, I'm sure, or contact him via any other social media platform. So if we have any questions, you can go ahead and raise your hand. Let's see how it goes.
Definitely. And like you said, if anybody wants to contact me, please feel free. Go to my website, join our Discord, join our Twitter, follow me on YouTube. There's so much content that we're excited to pump out. And yeah, thank you so much, guys. Again, I really, really appreciate it.
Alrighty, it seems like people are being kind of shy, Armin, but but we can definitely, like I said, this space is recorded. We can share it with anyone, and please make sure that you contact Blockchain Bandicoot if you have any other questions. Armin, it's been a pleasure meeting you personally. I really love the space, really enjoyed talking about everything that you have, and your wise words towards the end of the space really, I'm sure, can motivate anyone in the NFT space these days. Thank you so much.
Definitely. Thank you so much. You guys take care and chat soon.